Page 48, Singing Together. It's the last piece of the book. This piece is kind of fun, in my opinion. I enjoy it. The two hands are playing in octaves. They're 2 octaves apart. One hand is here, the other hand is down here. But they're playing the whole thing as in octaves. So, and this gets tricky because now the fingers don't like working in the same direction. They prefer to work in opposite directions. Well, here they got to work in the same direction throughout the whole thing. So there's nothing really to point out in here. You're starting out and it's in D minor, in case you're wondering. It's got 1 flat, a B flat, which would you think, well, that's F major. Well, remember there's a relative minor also, and this happens to be in D minor. So follow the fingering they've got. You're not going to stay in a 5-finger position. You don't need to at this point. You've advanced beyond that. So just follow the fingering they've got. There's nothing I can think of to point out here. You know, you have a B natural in the second line, second measure. You may be a little bit wondering about some of the fingering, so okay, we can go over that if you'd like. In the right hand, the second measure, you're up here. And then it's a 4, 3, 4, 2, 1. So in this position. Shouldn't be a problem, I hope. And the second line, second measure is same thing except it's a B natural. So hopefully that's not a problem for you. It's a little bit awkward in the left hand in the second measure because you've got to go up and put your thumb on the black note. So watch that fingering. Got to reach the little finger out to get it. That's okay. Usually what I do when the hands are playing in octaves and they're playing the same notes is I let one hand lead and I just basically let the other hand follow. The only time that doesn't work is when sometimes things get a little tricky for one of the hands. Sometimes one hand gets confused. But for the most part, I think you can concentrate on the right hand since that's really the part we want to hear. You could say, well, they're both melody, and in a sense they are, but I still would like, in this piece, I'd like to have one come up above the other. So we're going to use the right hand as the one to listen for, and the left hand is an accompaniment. It just happens to be playing the same notes. So we want to hear the right hand. So don't play both hands the same here. I don't recommend it. You could, but I don't recommend it. I think the right hand should be a little louder than the left, so keep the left hand down. And you can let the right hand lead and just try to let the left hand more or less just follow it. Let's try it out. So it's common time, so I'll give us 4 counts. I left the metronome at 70. Think we can handle 70. It's an andante, so that's actually about as fast as it would go. An andante is kind of a nice, comfortable speed. It's not fast or slow. It's a little slower than a moderato, but it's just a nice, comfortable speed. So let's try this here and here. 1, 2, ready, and go, and.